Listen, for all of you guys who are watching this live stream, a big thank you for 200,000 subscribers. Some of you may not know, I started this channel a little bit, probably under a year ago. It's actually been exactly a year. It was in November when we started doing stuff like this, and some of you always ask for a face reveal, not knowing that I have a whole nother channel called The A to Z Show. So I have... That was from when we had passed 100,000 for the A to Z show. So a big thank you for those of you who have been there since then. This was the 100,000 for Let Me Explain, which I started with the cartoon guy. And now we're at 200,000 subscribers. So I want to do this little live stream answering some people's questions. Like I said, some people wanted a face reveal. Right there, it's the cartoon. I'm just the brother of the cartoon. I'm just the guy who helps moderate this thing over here. But no, I'm just really thankful for being able to get this channel to the point where I wanted it to be. One of the biggest questions that I always had was a lot of people who had been following since the A to Z show were like, why are you starting a second channel? That's pointless. It's dumb. It's dumb. And now a lot of other people are starting second channels because there's a point in creating different niches. And one of the biggest things that I tested out when I was at the A to Z show and doing stuff with that was a lot of people just wanted recaps. A lot of people just wanted to answer that question of, I'm going to see that movie, explain it to me. And 200,000 subscribers later in less than a year, I think that's exactly what people wanted. So I really appreciate that. And a big shout out for those of you guys who are in the chat. So let me just pull that up right there. For those of you guys who are watching live, some of you always ask to get a shout out in an Let Me Explain video. Boom, right there. I'm not going to be able to answer every single question, obviously, but anything that pops out, any question. This is usually what happens with live streams. People will ask, are you going to do a video on the really big movie? Let Me Explain covers everything. But I'm going to ask a question on, are you going to do Halloween? Yeah, the Halloween video's coming up. All those different stuff like that. The favorite movie question always gets asked. I'm always interested in hearing certain questions that are, like, different. Certain questions that, like, I can tell when someone's, like, been following for the longest time. And I wanted to make the live stream for them, for those of you guys. So I really appreciate that. 200,000 subscribers later. Really appreciate it. So I'll read some of the stuff that you guys have on here if the thing loads enough. Hi. Oh, I think that was one of the questions. A lot of people always ask because I think it matters to a lot of people. I've been called Asian because of the cartoon. I've been called black because I guess on how I make a joke. I don't know. I'm Latino, Hispanic, whatever you want to call it. So there's that. I guess you can see the videos different after that. I saw one that popped up that said, what drove you to do YouTube? I've always, I watch a lot of movies, clearly, and one of the biggest things when I started the A to Z show was doing stuff in terms of, like, explaining a movie and what it meant. Like, everyone always comes on and goes, the acting was very good, this was okay, the movie looked fine, it was good, it was bad. I didn't care about any of that. I cared about, like, what were the emotions that it made you feel, and that was what the A to Z show drove me to do, and I started doing a bunch of explanations and stuff. So when it came to, like, making the A to Z show about music, and people were subscribing for that, those people didn't care for the movie ones, and the people who wanted the movie ones didn't care for the music ones, and the people who wanted that didn't care for the Easter egg ones and stuff like that. And that's when I learned, like, niches. Anyone who has a YouTube channel out there, listen to me. Listen. Look at all of the bigger channels and take that. I have like a lot of YouTube friends who always talk about why isn't my channel blowing up and stuff like that. And I think one of the biggest things that like for us that we've done is we don't have like big connections. We weren't friends with Smosh. I ain't got like an NBC sponsorship or anything like that. I'm just a dude in his room who records and talks through a cartoon. But the biggest thing is that consistency, right? If you don't go to work, if you go to work one day out of the week, you're going to sound really dumb when someone's complaining about, whoa, why am I not getting a really big paycheck and stuff like that? Because you're only showing up one day out of the week. So one of the biggest things that I learned with Let Me Explain was that the A to Z show's videos were taking so long to make. So I decided to do something over here in where I was going to be able to get my thoughts out to more of a general audience who didn't really care about all the analytical stuff. They just cared about, like, knowing if a movie was good or not. Y'all seen how trailers are. Trailers spoil everything. It's so funny when we get copyright strikes or stuff over here, mainly because of the fact that it's all in the trailers. We're just rearranging what the trailers release. And pretty much a lot of movie studios do that. They know that audiences only want to pay for something that they know everything about. And Let Me Explain, I guess, kind of filled that void for a lot of people. So all that to say that I started the YouTube channel mainly because I was watching a lot of movies and I wanted to take all of that and build an audience with it who also loved movies. I was always a big fan of Blockbuster. Blockbuster's closed down before I was able to get a job there, and I wanted to always be that dude who recommended movies, and now I can with you guys. And hopefully in the future, when I do make my own movie and I have you guys to watch it, y'all can do the Let Me Explain on that. I do want to say a big shout out over here for the super chat. Anytime someone gives, highly appreciate that. Keep up the good work, man. Your vids are the best. Thank you. I appreciate that. It's fun. I love making Let Me Explain. I never thought that the second channel, the Let Me Explain channel, would be the one that superseded the one where I actually show myself all the time, which is the A to Z show, which I will be making stuff on. So I guess I'll just give you that background. Started the A to Z show first. For those of you always asking for face reveals, it's over at the A to Z show. I have a bunch of videos over there. Thank you for that, too. That just passed 250,000 subscribers, so that's a big thank you. Obviously, you guys know the Let Me Explain game, but I also have Hear Me Out, which I apologize for those who have been waiting for Hear Me Out. I do have that channel, which is going to be like, it's practically the Let Me Explain of music, which I will be booting back up. So, yeah, if there's any advice I can ever give any YouTubers who are out there, is that with the algorithm, with fan bases, with all that stuff, focus in on a subject and ride with it and give people what they want, satisfy them, and thank them for stuff like this, because yeah, I would not be here if it wasn't for you guys watching all this stuff, and I'm glad that you guys appreciate it. Let's see, ATZ show is like the same as Let Me Explain, pretty much, but we're brothers. If anyone ever asks, we're brothers, because that's the thing. How do you get the videos out so fast? So it is just my girlfriend and I. There's actually an earlier video for when we passed 100K. We did a live stream as well. You can scroll all the way back to hear that. She's actually in the video. She edits everything. So we split it between the two of us, but for the majority of the time, she is the one. While I'm watching a show or something and I'm writing down like my jokes or whatever it is, she's the one who's like pinpointing what where a scene is and how to edit that all together. So it really just, Let Me Explain here, we're all about the romance and we work together as a couple. So another bit of advice. Those of you starting your channel, find yourself a good partner with that. So yeah, so whenever Hear Me Out in an A to Z show is a little late, it's because it's just us. Let's see. What is the subscriber count goal for you? To be honest, I don't. Yet again, another thing for advice. Don't ever worry about that. There are some people who have 10,000 subscribers, and they got people who are helping them out way more than people who have 200,000 subscribers. It's as simple as that. What I like is being able to have people who like tweet me out listen all the time, where they literally see the word listen and they'll like send it to me. It's just having the group of people who I've already met the goal. So anything extra, this 500, a million, whatever it is, I can't wait to celebrate them with you guys, but I'm just glad I get to do this for a living. So shout out to Walking Hero. What's your favorite theater in Chicago? Ooh. Damn, there's a lot. AMC River East, for those of you from Chicago, you all know that that's probably the one that holds the most screenings, so you'll probably see me there majority of the time. I go to every single theater, Marcus Theaters, AMC Theater. The Marcus Theater in Gurnee has a 4DX, which is like one of two in all of the United States of America. The AMC Theaters are my favorite when it comes to like the Dolby. Huge fan of Dolby and IMAX. The Navy Pier Theater that we have here has one of the biggest IMAXs. But I'm going to have to recommend it for those who want a different experience than y'all in Chicago, go to Hollywood Palms. Hollywood Palms. It's in Naperville. I know that everyone's doing like they bring out the food for you when you're in your theater. This was like one of the OGs. They got recliners now. The whole thing, every single room has like a theme. So it'd be like a horror-based room. And you'll have like Michael Myers and Freddy Krueger and stuff like that. So I'm going to give that recommendation. Hollywood Palms, that's always a fun one to go to. Oh, man, I lost the other one over here. Let me scroll back to it. Shout out to Randy Constance. Need more of those Hear Me Out videos. Very soon, I promise you. I got a lot of those that are coming up. With upgrading the computer, I'm hoping to get those stuff going. I'm working with some other editors to get that stuff ready for you guys. But that's, like I said, it's just been us two. We're not really any corporation or anything like that. We don't have the biggest of the connections. So believe me when I say, if you're starting your own channel, consistency. I hate seeing people start a channel and like 3 months in they quit because it didn't blow up. If you're passionate about it, you're passionate about it. And that's the best I can say. What do you think about the other Let Me Explain channel? So yeah, there's another Let Me Explain channel. She's fantastic. She's a real animator. We're just a cartoon, which I always have the description down below. Definitely, if you like all of the Let Me Explain stuff, go check out AMC Drawings. She's the one. She's a good friend, and she's the one who started all of those. So definitely go check out her stuff. But yeah, I think the first person who had Let Me Explain on YouTube was Kevin Hart. So I always get like a Kevin Hart thing first, or like, this isn't the Kevin Hart stand-up. I'm like, no, you could have seen that by the thumbnail. Let's see. Make an LME on your life, please. Maybe, perhaps, one day, if y'all care to listen. Do you know Chris Stuckman? I don't know him personally, but I am aware of Chris Stuckman. He's one of the OGs when it comes to movie reviewing on YouTube. If they asked you to appear on God Friended Me, would you? Yes. 100%. I would want to play the Angel Gabriel. And I would want a reoccurring role. Oh, Walking Hero, shout out to you again. I appreciate you. Get your twin brother in here. There he is. How long do you think you can prove with your first video and your last video? Prove with your first video and your last video. If you mean like improve, always. If you're watching back your old videos and you're like, all right, that's good, and you can't pinpoint anything to get better, you're not growing. Anyone who watches their old videos and they think it's like the cringiest thing in the world, that's the best feeling you can have. I'm not saying that you have to hate your old videos. You can go back and be like proud that you worked on that. But if you can look back and see everything you can fix, you're growing. You're growing. Do you know the laws of thermodynamics? Yes, I'm working on a 45-minute Let Me Explain video for that. How many times have you watched Searching? I've seen it a total of 7 times. The DVD's coming out very soon, so you definitely know I'm going to hop on that. Let's see. What is your favorite movie of all time? Space Jam. I've said that. I said that's going to be the moment y'all see a Let Me Explain on Space Jam, like Space Jam Explained in 4 minutes, that's the end of this channel. That's going to be my farewell gift to you guys. That's going to be the goodbye. So hopefully you don't see that for a bit, but yeah. What are your thoughts on The Walking Dead? It's almost like I have a video you can go check out on that. Thoughts on the Lord of the Rings movies? You know, I like them. I'm a big fan. I've seen every single one twice, just like the Harry Potter films. And there will be a Let Me Explain when the Amazon series comes out. There's gonna be an Amazon series, I believe, that's coming out. So I'll be doing something for that. Yo, what's up, Art? Are you gonna retire and let me take over? Let Me Explain. You know, send me your resume. We'll see how you're doing. Build up your channel, and perhaps one of these days I'm gonna have to move on to something else. I'm gonna have to retire on a beach in Cuba. How old are you? 25. I said 50 at one point, and people actually think I'm 50, and they think like I moisturize very well, which I do. I am not 50. 25. Let's see. Shout out Leticia Castro. Are you going to direct, write your own film, and then explain it? Now, I would not explain my own film, but I would love to see everybody else give me the listen. You messed up on this. You did that. That would be the goal. That would be fantastic. I would love that. And one day we'll get there. And y'all will be the first to see it. Y'all will be the ones who will go to the premiere and be like, listen. And yeah, you guys will see it soon. And I actually have a short that's coming out very soon. It's been in the works for a bit, but you're going to see it on the A to Z show. What do I got? Favorite soundtrack from this year? Black Panther was a pretty good soundtrack. A Star is Born is a very, very good soundtrack as well. So I really like those. I don't know you, but you're Let Me Explain. Very profound. I was not prepared for that one. What games might you explain in the future? I'm gonna tell you this right here. So I would never start a gaming channel because I'm not the biggest gamer, but there are specific games that I'm definitely looking forward to. I'm a Telltale type of dude. Rest in peace, Telltale. But I really like the story-based ones. So definitely, I just bought the Spider-Man game. I'm looking at it right there. I'm gonna do a Let Me Explain on that because that one's been on my list. But there's 2 other games. So I feel like I might be doing a gaming one once a month. One, because it takes me forever to do it. Spider-Man 1 for sure. Red Dead 2 for sure. And The Last of Us whenever they decide to give us a release date for that. Walking Hero, shout out to you again. I appreciate you guys. You always say what movies you liked of the month, but what movies do you recommend? So on the A to Z show, I have my must watch. So I'm starting to condense, since I'm making so many Let Me Explains, to that and everything on Letterboxd be just the things that I highly recommend. Like, and not even like masterpieces, just like this was a good movie and I would watch it again. So I've explained my rating system before, but I do believe every movie should be given a chance to be watched at least once. People worked on it. There's something, even if it's so bad like The Room, you can still enjoy it. My ratings had always been coaster, which a coaster rating to me is, it's like one of those a year. That's the movie 43, where they're just damn straight disrespectful, where they really did not care about what they were doing with that movie. That would be a coaster rating for me. Where that DVD, I'm not putting that in. That's a coaster. Then it would be a stream it, which is, we all had that on Netflix. You know, you streamed it from home, got up, took a poop, popcorn, whatever you did to stream it. It's a movie that's just playing in the background, but you saw it. A rented is where I think it's worth leaving your house to go pay the money, or that VOD, those $3, whatever it is. It's a good movie. It's like a family night movie, or with the girls, with the boys, whatever you're doing. Then there's the junior price, where I think it's worth going out to see it in theaters. Maybe not on opening night. Not saying drop the whole combo price, which would be the following one for the popcorn and everything. But it's still worth experiencing like a matinee price or something like that. Then it's the combo price. And then there's the very few work of arts. Like I had mentioned this year, I got Searching up there. And I have Hereditary. And you never know, there may be another one. Usually I have like one work of art. Those two have been my personal favorites. And again, they're always my personal favorites. I love having discussions on people who disagree with me with movies. That's the whole point. What I loved Let Me Explain to be is this cartoon that just explains the emotions of a movie with you. That's all it is. The dumb parts, the fun parts, the whatever else. So, yeah. Can you talk about your preparation process to review a movie apart from watching the movie? That's a good question. Shout out to you, Antonio. That's a dope question. So I have two different processes when it comes to the A to Z show, when it comes to Let Me Explain. The first one is watching a movie. The A to Z show is usually, I'm watching a movie twice in theaters when it comes to making a video for that, because I'm trying to break down and spot all of the different things and rewatch and look at the filmmaking side of it the second time around. And then after that, I go and I just binge a bunch of interviews. I love driving. That's usually when I'm binging a bunch of interviews, reading articles, the behind the scenes and stuff like that, to really just kind of get the themes and everything that goes with it. When it comes to Let Me Explain, the biggest part of that is just having conversations with someone else. I feel like a lot of people get the gist of how Let Me Explain is just kind of like, Let Me Explain to me is like when you're sitting in a theater and you have jokes about a movie and you just whisper it over to the person next to you. That's what I want that to be. And I feel like that's why a lot of you guys like stuff like that. So that's kind of the preparation there, is just having that ride home with my girlfriend and going back and forth. Usually the way it goes is that I'll have a bunch of jokes and she'll be like, yeah, you are not saying that joke. So believe me when I say that if a joke makes it, and for those of you who complain that it's a little too much, nah, if it can get past my girlfriend, I think that's like the what's it called? The barrier of that it's okay. This live stream is a rent it. I'll take it. The acting is alright, but it was confusing because the cartoon pretended to be a guy or something, and the weird poster in the corner. Cool to see, though. Bro, what you talking about? This is a work of art right here. That's Brigsby Bear. That's a work of art right there. That was the searching of last year. Y'all need to check that out if you haven't. See, this is updated over here. You guys are wasting your questions. This is the guy from the music channel. We're here for the cartoon. Yes, all the 21 pilot questions, I keep seeing the top stuff come out. There will be something for that. For the A to Z show and for Hear Me Out, as well as the Eminem one. How long have you been running the channel? So this channel at a certain point was ATZ Flicks, which was just some like live stream stuff that I was doing for the A to Z show. And then eventually I took all the animations that I had over there. So trust me, I get a bunch of people always saying, yo, you're stealing this animation, you're stealing that. And I'm like, it's a thing called receipts, it's a thing called dates. I've using them for a while. Shout out to everyone else who does similar things. Shout out to every other channel who's now doing explained videos, even though y'all weren't doing explained videos, or you change it to must watches, even though that wasn't the phrase you used to use before for your film festivals. It's all gravy. It's all cool. We revamped this channel back in November. And back in November is when we started making like the Let Me Explain stuff, and we started the series. So it's been technically a year since we reached 200,000 within that point. Big disappointment. Not for $5, my man, or girl, or them, or however you go for. It's gonna be a little bit more than that. And you gotta take me to dinner first, which might be a disappointment for you. What job did you have before YouTube? I used to work at a school. I used to work at McDonald's. I believe every single person should have a job at a fast food restaurant, on anything dealing with customer service and stuff. So you realize how humanity is bound to destroy itself, and you can become a cynical person, but at the same time see the hope and joy whenever you get the person who comes by and doesn't demand that their McChicken is fresh and that their Sprite and Fruitopia is fresh, but that they actually acknowledge that you are a human being. I think everyone should work in fast food or waitress or something for just a little bit. Just a little bit. But yeah, I did a couple of things, Amazon Flex, different stuff like that before I was able to do this full time and expand it with a lot more things that I have going that I hope to. You're Mexican. Yes. And a cartoon, depending on who you're asking. Does mid-90s make your top 3 of the year? It's definitely top 5. Definitely top 5. Collab with YMS. Sure. I'd always say the biggest things with collabs is if y'all reach out to them and I guess if they like my stuff. Dope. Yeah, I mean, I make videos for you guys. I don't make videos for the people who, for a director to like give me a shout out. It's cool when they do. Dope. But I don't really do it for like a studio to like shout me out or anything. I'm not going to sugarcoat it if I don't like a movie. Y'all know that. I have been approached several times to review movies and they want a positive review. Then it's not authentic to you guys. So nah, I don't do it for that. And if it's ever a collab, I want to do a collab that isn't just to like, let me get the reviews. I want to do it based off something else. Like the recent one with Kevin, it was let us explain specifically on something that I knew his niche is. So that would always be something like that. But yeah, if you guys are ever interested in that, give them a shout out. Tweet it at them. We'll see. What was the video where you did the Arthur meme in your video and you said, wait, is that a damn cartoon? Bro, we make so many videos. What was that video? I know it was something about like me walking down the street or something. I have no... Oh! Yo, I do know that one. I do know that one. It was the Amy Schumer one. Whatever Amy Schumer movie that was, which I don't think she's making a lot. That was the one. Let me see. I'm going to ask a couple more questions. Be on here until the 8 o'clock. And then I have to go edit The Haunting on Hill House, which you guys have been asking for. Halloween. Elite. And mid-90s. And I had to watch Daredevil Season 3. Let's see. Would you ever do a Let Me Explain on old shows and movies you have seen and hated or loved? Yeah, if there's ever anything that stands out to me, I would definitely do it. But for the most part, that may be something that I do over on Patreon. And I know like YouTube's been putting out this whole thing with like a join button where one of the cool things is that it gives you like custom emojis and pretty much I can upload every Let Me Explain PNG and then you guys will be able to have it and use it for whatever crazy stuff you want to use it for. So that may be a thing that I do later because I get a lot of requests like, hey, do this movie. And then I'll be like, I'll try to check it out. And then they'll message me a week later and it's like, why haven't you done it? And I'm like, because I get a lot of... So it gets to like a weird point where I can't cover every single recommendation that I'm given. And if I do, like I'm choosing one over the other and stuff like that. But I think maybe for like the Patreon and I don't know what they call it on YouTube. They're calling it something. There may be something that I do with the watch-alongs. Let's see. Will you ever do fan meetups? I mean, I'm always here in Chicago. I get a lot of people always tweeting me after the fact of going, I saw you at a screening, but I didn't want to be weird. Feel free to say hi. I mean, y'all know where I am in Chicago. I did one when I went on the East Coast. I did a whole East Coast thing if you follow me on Twitter. And I met up with some peeps over in Orlando, in Toronto, and I may be doing a West Coast one next year. So if y'all have any recommendations on where to hit up, let me know. Let's see. How many movies do you watch a year? Bro, so I have not updated my letterbox, but I really do want to. I think I'm pretty sure I passed 300 already. Once I updated, I think it's like at 120 right now. But I updated that like 4 months ago. And I have been to 3 film festivals since. So probably a bit. Durant Cinema, shout out to the boy. What's up, dude? Yo, Durant. Yo, we go back to the 100 subscriber days. Shout out to you, dude. How you been? I cannot read all of these, so if I ignore anything, sorry for that. How many times have you been able to sit back and relax? This is sit backing and relaxing. As soon as I'm done with this, I'm going to go edit. That's just how it goes. So I get a bunch of... Bro, I get threats. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. I get threats of people going, where's the Hear Me Out video? Where's the Let Me Explain? What is wrong with you? I'm going to unsubscribe. They'll get there when they get there. Like I said, it's just two of us editing these things. So me relaxing is watching a video or a movie or a TV show with a pen and paper, trying to write down any jokes that I can, then going straight to edit it and stuff like that. But I'm able to do what I love for a living, so you'll never see me complain about that. Never. So this is relaxing to me, being able to talk to you guys. So I appreciate you guys. If you watch Boy Erased, no, I'm watching that at the beginning of November. So that's gonna be like the final movie I watch before the must watch. Yo, dude, who's gonna be the next new MCU character? I have absolutely no idea. Why did you do Let Me Explain in the A to Z show? I answered that earlier on, but pretty much it was just for people who wanted recaps and then the people who want the more analytical stuff. You should shave, my dude. Damn, I thought I was... No Shave November's coming up, but alright, I see you. When you collab with Loverboy Media. He's on the podcast. You can go check him out at the Intracut Podcast. Do you have any plans for a world tour in the near future? My tour would never be like a, hey... pay to meet up with me. Nah, it would be when I have a movie and I want to go to different cities to screen it for you guys. That would be dope. What movies are you waiting to come out? Overlord, but I just saw that. Looks really good. Do you watch Game of Thrones? Love it. I will definitely be making one at that. What kind of YouTuber are you when you don't review a porn movie? Who says I haven't? Do you not see that Miss Andrus review? You gonna collab with Crypt TV? Perhaps. Sure. Like I said, reach out to them. Let's see how many I can answer. Did you watch Beautiful Boy? I just did. Y'all ain't gonna like the video that I'm about to make on Beautiful Boy. Review Daredevil all seasons. Got to catch up on season 3. Do you hate Scrappy-Doo too? No, I think he's misunderstood. What is your favorite TV show to watch to relax to? To be honest, Parks and Rec is probably a go-to of mine whenever it comes to that. I love your voice. You're the kind of friend I would want to talk movies about. Thank you. Make a Let Me Explain about Game of Thrones. Will do. I found your channel a couple months ago and I am so happy. I'm happy you found it. Watch Tonight comes for us before November. I actually may be watching it as soon as I finish editing tonight. Do you like racist joke? I've never heard of racist. Do you like Primer? Yes, I do. Thanks for liking my post the other day. I did it for you. What are you being for Halloween? A cartoon. When are you collabing with Carson Runquist? He actually lives in Chicago, but shout out to my dude. He's in Orlando right now for a film festival. So good for him. LME more anime films, please. Hentai reviews coming soon. Can you review my life? Sadly, no. Spider-Man PS4, playing it at the moment. What's your opinion on the new Halloween movie? I'm sorry to say that it's complete and utter trash, but I think people like it because they just like Michael Myers. Sorry about that. Do an LME on Alias Grapes, perhaps. Did you like Elite? I did, and I'm making one right now. Dragon Ball Broly movie, huh? Haven't seen it. How old are you? 25. Scrubs is the best. It's okay. If you could make any movie with an unlimited budget, what would it be about? It would be a thriller about time travel. How did you come up with Listen? I thought it was a very catchy thing, and it became super dope, and all of y'all started liking it as well. You going to watch Bohemian Rhapsody? I watch every movie. Watch anime? Parks or Rec or the... Ooh, Parks or Rec or The Office. Parks or Rec. Are you not a twin? Yes, I am. I'm related to a twin cartoon brother who runs his channel. He's just paying me to do this. What is your favorite horror movie? The Others. Have you been to South by? No, I'm going to be going to Austin for an entire month next year. So if you're there, give me any recommendations. Can you please make a subreddit or Discord server for the community? I have a Discord over on Patreon. For just $1 opens up. Y'all can yell at me and give me whatever other stuff over there. Man on the Moon, End of Days, about to hit its 10-year anniversary. Yeah, fantastic. Mr. Rager, I think, which is off the follow-up. One of my favorite songs of all time. Do you play NBA 2K19? Sadly, I do not, but I am playing the Spider-Man game right now. Thanks for recommending Searching. Have you ever seen the TV show The Good Place? I may be doing one when season 3 ends. Whoa, slow down there, buddy. Thoughts on First Man? I have a video on it. Do a review of Beautiful Life. I know it's in Italian, but it's good. Maybe, I know that's an older one. Where's the American Vandal 2 LME coming up? It is coming up very soon because I have a theory video on it. Best historic drama in your opinion? Space Jam. Opinion on Busta Rhymes kicking Michael Myers. That was the most pathetic moment for my boy Mike. Is Overlord a Cloverfield movie? No, it is not. It's 9 p.m., dude. Adios. Take care. I have a twin called Broxy's. Top 5 movies of the year. You can check out my letterbox for that. I love you. Love you more. Big Mouth. Maybe doing one on that. Musicals? They're good. Thoughts on the new Narcos Mexico trailer? I don't really watch trailers. I just go straight into watching the stuff. Fave Wes Anderson movie, Grand Budapest Hotel, because I play the library boy in that. Thanks for entertaining us jabronis, man. Thank you for watching. Thoughts on Hill House? Y'all see a bunch of this stuff. Let's see. How do I finish this? How do I finish this? Why do the Bears suck? They made it to the 1-yard line, all right? Let them go. Do you ever eat too much? Your stomach hurts? Like every other day. Can I? No. Best sports documentary? OJ Made in America. I'm going to answer 3 more questions and I'm going to head out so I can edit some more of these videos. But again, a big shout out to all of you guys who have been supporting the channel for the longest time. Every like, every share, every comment. Every time y'all listen, I appreciate it. I love it. I may be doing another one of these. I will be doing another one of these in November for the monthly stuff that I do with over on Patreon. And maybe I'll have a tweet out asking the questions before, so I don't get a bunch of "can you lick me" questions, which I appreciate. You know, shoot your shot, but I may do that just so I have more prepared and I can save my breath with that. But why aren't you editing yet? You're right. That'll be it. I may be doing I'll say that one for later. I will have the Halloween one out hopefully for tomorrow. Like I said, Haunting of Hill House, and I'm going to be doing the mid-90s one as well. So you guys definitely go check out mid-90s. That's my recommendation of the week before you go do it. Maniac one I also do have coming out as well. A bunch of other videos. I'll have them all out soon. I appreciate you guys for the 200,000. Shout out to the patrons who watched this. Shout out to everyone who's ever commented on a video. For those of you who've been following way back since the A to Z show. For those of you guys who just joined, you're just as special. A big thank you. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you guys later.